Hey everybody, long overdue update. I have a completed mod with the new parts and it all works. Just want to show it off a little bit. I'm going to start putting parts up on Shapeways, and for those of you who want to DIY this, and the next Orb Weaver Tartarus in 52 that I get, I'll be doing a complete video tutorial using that device, so keep your eyes peeled for those videos. But right now I just want to show off what this thing looks like. Part of the reason why it's been so long is because this particular mod was a complete N52 rebuild, so mechanical keys, joystick, and I had to replace the guts, like the controller, with a teensy, because the original factory USB controller had the little tiny SMD spider wire that you can't really solder to, so I had to chunk that. But everything's replaced, all the keys work, the rotary encoder, mouse wheel, that button, the stick, and that. And what I really want to just show you guys, because I know some of you have asked, is how far up this thing sticks off. It does stick up, but I don't find it to be uncomfortable. And it's a nice little all-in-one compact unit. The wiring is so much cleaner on the bottom side of it. And no, I will not do this for anybody else. It was an enormous task, and I don't want to do it again. I'm not going to be doing any N52 mechanical switch mods unless someone wants to pay out the nose for it, because it's dumb how much work it is. Anyways, part of this comes with a bunch of new firmware and software. So I've basically rewritten all of the firmware, the custom firmware, from scratch to support a few new things. One is a boot up self-calibration mode to find the center rest position and to set the dead zone and outer boundaries and inner boundaries, and a digital keyboard mode. So I'll show you that. So now we've got this boot up sequence. For those of you who will get Orb Weavers, the teensy, is kind of on the side here, so you can see the LED that's on the board. But for this, since it's all inside, I put a LED right here, so this guy can see the boot up sequence, because there's some timing you have to know. So I'm just going to plug it in, and we might have to do this 2 or 3 times to get the different modes. Oops, come here, cable. I dropped it. Okay, so I'm going to boot it up. By boot it up, I mean plug it in. So USB in, bloop. LED is solid for 5 seconds, and then it blinks for 5 seconds. So what that's telling you is the first 5 seconds where it's solid, it is doing its self-calibration mode. Do not touch the stick, because it is assuming that the stick is at rest, at center, and it's calibrating the software for what is center. So if you touch the stick or jerk it around while the LED is solid, it's gonna be really weird once it's done, because your dead zone is gonna be probably gigantic. And then when it's blinking, you've got that's basically just a 5. It's not doing anything. It's just waiting for input. So then when it's blinking, that's a 5-second window for you to push the stick in, and that will put you in keyboard mode. So what that means is, instead of the stick outputting analog XY axis input, it's outputting keyboard strokes, so WASD, or in this case, it's the up, down, left, right arrows. And it will do the diagonals as well. So you basically get a 8-directional D-pad with analog stick input. And that, I did that so that we can support games on PC. Come on, focus. So we can support games on PC that do not recognize direct input joysticks. I also have a Windows application that I've written that will convert this guy into a, well, not convert it, it will expose this to Windows, into games, as a Xbox 360 controller, like a virtual controller. Then you can map all the keys and stuff. So that will, for those of you who get this mod who play PC games, you'll also get that software. So you'll get the regular direct input, where it's a keyboard and it's a joystick, well, For the Orb Weaver, it's just a joystick. This guy gets the keypad and the joystick because it's a custom mod. And then you've got the digital mode where the joystick basically becomes an 8-way D-pad. With the whole boot up self-calibration digital mode sequence. So that's how that's working. And just to kind of show you how this rests, how this fits on my hands, it's not, I don't find it to be, so WASD on my fingers up here, just a normal gaming position. I don't find this to be at all uncomfortable. I'm saying that because I've gotten a few emails and a few comments on YouTube where people are like, it's going to stand up too high off, my thumb's going to be uncomfortable. Maybe if you have absolutely tiny hands, that might be the case, but I don't think my hands are big, like abnormally large, and that's quite comfortable. And to be honest with you, my older mods stuck up about the same height. So, this being the latest incarnation, we get all the goodies. So the base of it's protected in a cup that's resting inside of this camera focus is really annoying. So there's a cup resting inside of here that the stick's body is inside of, and then this cap, which keeps dust out, and it provides a maximum deflection guard. So the stick should have longer life cycles if you're not pegging the stick. Like, it actually limits you at 45 degrees or something instead of the stick has a rating on paper of like 40 degrees. I'm getting the math wrong probably, but it stops you like a whole 5 degrees before the rated max deflection angle. So it should preserve the life of the stick. And we've got the skirt inside that also keeps dust out. So this is I think my best effort to date to make these sticks last and to provide a good experience and a good cosmetic outcome. So I've got my waiting list for people who want me to do this for them. I'll be putting these 3D printed parts on the Shapeways store for people who want to DIY it, and I'll be updating the tutorial YouTube series to help the DIYers. But otherwise, yeah, I just kind of wanted to show this off. I'm about to finish testing in a few games and mail this off to the guy. He's been waiting far too long, and I want to get it out to him. So hope you all have a good day and that this has been informative and you like what you see. Let me know in the comments. Later.